How are you talking to yourself about food? Food that is causing you illness, food that will affect your recovery. My name is Dr. Brooke Goldner from Goodbye Lupus and Goodbye Autoimmune Disease. And this is such an important topic that I work on with people in every wellness appointment I do and every day when I'm in my rapid recovery group, because the way your brain conceptualizes different kinds of foods is going to affect what you do when you're experiencing certain moods and when you're trying to make choices about what to do. So one example that came up today that comes up a lot is talking about things that make you sick using the word love. Now, I am constantly on people for the words they use to describe things, because the way they are expressing the words that they're using affects the decision making in a really important way. So when we talk to ourselves about foods that we know are bad for us, or I call them foods that are bad for us, and we use the word love, like I love cheese. I used to tell myself, I love cheese, right? Then we are setting our brain up for wanting more of that, because who doesn't want love? I want love, you want love, right? So when I deny myself what I love, I'm going to feel bereft, and I'm going to feel upset, I'm going to feel longing, and eventually I'm going to find a reason, an excuse to bring that back because I want love. So one of the things that I tell people is, whenever you're talking about something you know is not good for you, like dairy, cheese was my big issue, instead of saying the word love, say addicted to. So while it sounds wonderful to have love, right? I love cheese, that's why I ate it. When you say, I'm addicted to cheese, that's why I ate it, that has a very different connotation, doesn't it? We know the word addiction requires action taking. When you're an addict, you have to do something to recover. I was an addict that was addicted to dairy products. When I eliminated the dairy products, my lupus markers went away, right? This is an important thing. So once I realized that it wasn't actually love, but it was addiction, then I was able to take action on it that stuck. So be careful. Are you telling yourself you love sugar, you love meat, you love cheese? Then you are setting your brain up to stay with those items in spite of what you may already know is that they're bad for you, right? It's a really, really important thing. The other aspect of this is when you realize you have an addiction, it also then makes sense why you would choose to consume something that you know is bad for you when you have a bad mood, right? That when somebody is sad or stressed or even angry, oftentimes the first thing they will think about is eating something to feel better. But that is addictive behavior, because think about when someone is addicted to alcohol or cocaine or methamphetamine. When do they need it the most, right? When it's a bad day, when they're struggling, right? When somebody is in recovery for addiction from drugs, they are most vulnerable when it's a bad day, right? When it's a good day and everything's good and they're feeling happy, it's easier to stay clean. But when something terrible happens, those cravings hit because their brain is looking for some way to feel better. So instead of snorting cocaine, if you're snorting pizza when you feel like you're having a bad day, you are using it as a drug, which again is addiction behavior. So if you want to reverse autoimmune diseases or other chronic diseases like heart disease and diabetes, all of which respond to a hyper-nourishing plant-based diet, if you want to heal those diseases, you have to stop consuming the things that are making you sicker. And if you can acknowledge that this is an addiction and actually make the change to say, I will stop consuming what I'm addicted to and instead go into recovery and nourish myself properly so I can be healthy, that is when suddenly this program becomes easy. You know, in my rapid recovery group, my husband and I work every day to support people and to help them through this process. So every single day they have to listen to videos like this of me helping them reprogram their brains, because I always tell them in the first few weeks, don't listen to your brain, listen to mine. Your brain is still addicted, and it's going to tell you the wrong thing. It's going to draw the wrong conclusions. It's going to send you the wrong way. My brain's already reached recovery. I can tell you how to get here. But for many people, they'll tell me every single day that if it wasn't for that video, I was going to eat something else. Thank you. I needed to hear that again today. I needed to hear that. So for many people, for the first 4 weeks, the addictions are so intense, the cravings are so intense that they need that level of daily support to get past them, to be able to finally get to the point where they don't have those cravings anymore. The first three weeks is the worst. So my husband and I always say, like, for the first 3 weeks, we just have to keep people from quitting so that they can finally get past the cravings so that they can then just enjoy the results. So it's a really, really effective program. And if you're someone who has not been able to defeat these cravings on your own, it's a really great thing you can try, where you can spend 6 weeks of your life with us and be past all of this. We just finished a 6-week rapid recovery group, and we had some people who did it purely for food addiction and obesity, but others who didn't realize they were food addicts. They came to us for kidney failure, multiple sclerosis, other kinds of neuropathies, lupus, diabetes. They came to us for those reasons and then discovered that they were food addicts by going through the process and realizing how addicted they truly were and finally releasing that. So it's a really beautiful process. So if that's something you already know you need, that level of daily support, it's my favorite thing to do. And we have another group starting July 22nd, which is coming up really soon. There's not a lot of spots left to that one. They always sell out, but we do have them at the time I'm making this video. So if you need that level of support, I encourage you to do it so I can help you through the process of not only getting hypernourishment right and getting results for healing, but actually conquering the addictions so that food no longer rules your life as something that you have to use when you feel different kinds of stressors or something you think you love, but it becomes a tool that actually accelerates your optimal health. If you're not going to work with me, then my goodness, find a way to get that kind of support. Understand this as an addiction, work on changing your mindset so you can make that happen. So hopefully that helps you. I also have how to do hypernourishment in my classes. Right now they're online for free. So you can just go to goodbyelupus.com or click the link of this video. So if it's on Instagram, you'll click my profile link. If you're on Facebook, I'll just put the link here. But wherever you're watching this, all right, you can click that link and you'll be able to see the classes. You'll be able to see how you can work with me. So the classes are free right now. Learn how to hypernourish and then address the addiction part of it so that you can let yourself stick to the program long enough to achieve the miracle that you're looking for. So I hope that helps you out. If you're realizing, aha, this might be the problem, I hope this makes a difference for you. I want to see every single person out there actually get to the point where they can say goodbye to chronic disease the way I said goodbye to lupus almost 17 years ago now, October, 17 years. The way people in my last group just said goodbye to MS disability and neuropathies and lupus and nephritis and all sorts of different kinds of health conditions in such a short period of time. I want that to be the norm all over the world. You can make that difference for yourself, but you've got to take action and you've got to stick with it. I hope that helped you out, and I will see you next time. This is Dr. Brooke Goldner from Goodbye Lupus.